The Journey of the Galactic Cats, Extreme Survival at the Interplanetary University. In a vast and mysterious universe, there existed a university where beings from different planets and galaxies gathered to learn and share their cultures. This university was famous not only for the diversity of its students, but also for the intensity of its courses. Students graduating from there weren't just experts in their fields, but survivors. Among the most daring and intelligent, there was a peculiar race, the cats. They were known for their cunning agility and insatiable curiosity. One of these cats was Kitty Nova, a young feline with silver fur and bright eyes that reflected his constant desire to explore the mysteries of the cosmos. Since he was little, Nova showed a unique ability to learn quickly, but his great dream was to understand the secret of survival, which led him to join the Galactic University. He knew that in order to achieve great feats, he would need to challenge his own limits. One day, during one of his classes, Professor Zilblaks, a tentacled being from an icy planet, entered the room and announced a mission that immediately caught everyone's attention. Zilblaks wasn't an ordinary professor. He was an imposing figure with tentacles that moved slowly, almost as if he were in constant reflection. His deep voice made everyone pay close attention to every word. "Today, my students, we will learn about human resilience," he announced with a mysterious expression. Humans are one of the most fascinating species we know. They don't have sharp claws nor thick fur, but they possess a rare ability to survive. And that is what we will discuss today. We will study the most extreme survival techniques. And for that, we will go to the planet Hoth-I-X, a place where only the most prepared can survive. Kitty Nova was stunned. He knew humans were a curious species, but he never imagined he would learn so much about them in such a challenging training ground. The professor continued, detailing the mission's objective. Hoth-I-X is not just a cold planet. It is a proving ground for all those who wish to understand what it truly means to survive in extreme conditions. The next day, Nova and a group of felines, Mio, a cat with large green eyes and a daring spirit, Luma, a golden-furred cat with an unshakable calm, and Juno, a younger but extremely intelligent feline, embarked on a ship headed for the frozen planet. The cold was something none of them were truly prepared for. The journey was silent, with all the cats lost in thoughts of what awaited them. How could they survive such an inhospitable place? When the ship landed on Hoth-I-X, the impact was immediate. The cold was immense. The temperature, so low it almost felt like it was cutting through their skin, made all the cats huddle for warmth. The scene before them was desolate. Mountains of snow, cutting winds, and an almost pristine but terrifying landscape. Snow fell in heavy flakes, and visibility was limited. What seemed like a beautiful panorama quickly turned into a battleground against the unforgiving elements. The group disembarked, and the freezing wind hit their faces. Even with their thick fur, the cold felt almost unbearable. But it was then that Mio, with her audacious personality, stepped forward. Remember what Professor Zilblaks said? Humans would survive here not because of their physical abilities, but because of their adaptability. Let's apply the same principle, she said with confidence. Mio led the way toward a small group of rocks that offered some shelter from the wind. They huddled there, but the relief was brief. Soon, a powerful snowstorm began to form. The gusts of wind howled, creating a ruthless storm, and the snow seemed to cover everything, making the landscape indistinguishable. The group was in danger. If they didn't find a safe shelter soon, they would be at the mercy of the storm. "We need a safer shelter," Luma said, trying to stay calm. "Where can we find a larger refuge?" It was then that Juno, the youngest and most perceptive feline, pointed to a distant rock formation. "Over there, it looks like a cave," he said, his voice trembling but with a spark of hope in his eyes. The cats followed Juno's direction, and after a few minutes of tough and tiring walking, they finally reached the entrance of a natural cave. The shelter was simple, but enough to protect them from the storm. They quickly settled in, eating the rations they had brought and trying to warm up as best as they could. The storm lasted for hours, and while they were sheltered, the group began to reflect on their experiences. How did humans survive in a place like this without our thick fur? Nova asked. Mio, always eager to learn, explained. Humans, compared to other species, have an incredible ability to improvise. They're not physically stronger, but they're masters of adaptation and problem solving. When faced with a challenge, they study the environment and find ways to make the most of the conditions. It's not just physical survival, it's about intelligence. The conversation continued, and soon it became clear to everyone that surviving in such a hostile environment didn't depend solely on strength, but also on intelligence and strategy. They spent the next few days practicing what they learned, improvising shelters, and finding resources to keep warm. Every mistake, every failure was a lesson. At the end of the mission, the group was exhausted, but also with a newfound respect for human resilience. They understood that to survive, it wasn't about just physical strength. It was about using the mind, being flexible, and being willing to learn from mistakes. When they returned to the ship and began their journey back to Galactic University, Professor Zilblaks was waiting for them with an approving smile. "You didn't just learn about humans," Zilblaks said. "You learned what it truly means to be resilient. Humans don't give up in the face of obstacles. They're capable of finding solutions even when everything seems lost. They're one of the most adaptable species we've ever known." Kitty Nova, gazing out the window of the ship, thought deeply. Now he understood that true survival wasn't just about strength or physical endurance, but about adapting to circumstances and learning from every challenge. What the felines experienced on Hoth-I-X was a true life lesson, one that, even in such a cold and hostile environment, made them stronger, wiser, and more prepared to face any adversity the universe threw their way. Now, if you also feel the need to adapt, learn from challenges, and become stronger every day, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Join us on our journey through the universe of wisdom and overcoming, because true strength comes from the ability to learn and grow. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell to never miss a new galactic adventure. Share with your feline friends or humans who also love challenges and overcoming obstacles.